With the Michigan State Police, the Jackson Post. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you guys.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
So I'm going to put your name in my phone and drop it.
I don't know how far that'll get you.
Last week was National Passenger Safety Week, and it made me think of anyone that rides in a car with someone like you.
Sure.
To be, someone like you. Someone.
Yeah. So much for Compliment Day.
Passengers. What does that mean, Passenger Safety Week?
Passenger Safety Week, we just want to make sure that we're taking care of our passengers in the vehicle, right? Our spouses, our children,
Yes.
anybody who may be carpooling with us. So we just want to make sure we limit any distractions while we're on the roadway. And sometimes passengers can be those distractions, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And so it's good to have conversations with your passengers in terms of your focus and have some conversation even with the younger children about, just staying in their seats and not distracting mom or dad or grandma or whoever is, transporting them.
Yeah, I think when the roads are bad or it's raining and you hear, can you turn the volume up?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, the roads are bad. We need to drive.
Look at
Right.
this.
We need to focus here.
Yeah.
Right.
So what types of things did you guys do last week to just kind of put the word out to be safer?
Sure. So we work with our Office of Highway Safety and Planning. And so we have had more troopers out on the roads, specifically looking for speed enforcement and distracted driving. And so we just want to ensure that everybody's being safe and getting to their destination just how they left in a safe manner.
You guys recently began your 143rd Trooper Recruit School.
We did.
Last week. How's this class looking? And talk a little bit about the recruiting efforts.
Sure. This class is starting off just like the other 142 recruit schools. They're trying to figure it out.
Right.
They are showing up and they're working hard every day and they're being sponges. There's obviously a process to that, a 20-week process for these men and women who have signed up to take on this work. So they're 1 week in. We started with 63 recruits. We are at 58 recruits currently.
Okay.
And so there's some attrition, obviously, when we get started. And so we are just hopeful to get these young men and women out there to help, further the work that we're doing. So,
do you remember your recruit school like it was yesterday?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It'll be 10 years this year.
Oh, congratulations.
And so, thank you.
Yeah.
And so the process is rigorous but very rewarding.
What stands out to you
rewarding.
most as you think back about that time?
Probably the sacrifices for your family. That probably brings the most, just being away and but you're going away to make a better life, obviously for them and then for the citizens of Michigan. And so when you can put that to the side, it's all worth it. It's all well worth it.
You're doing a lot of things, outside of the office. You worked with the Jackson High football team. Talk a little bit about that. That's obviously near and dear to your heart.
Sure. Since Coach Antonio Parker has taken the helm, we were teammates in high school.
Oh, nice.
And so we thought, what a better opportunity to help bridge this gap even more with our youth, with law enforcement. And then, myself being an alumni there, right? And so that work has been a blessing for our troopers, our young men, and some women that have participated with the football team. And so just trying to really give them some adversity training, and not just for football, but for life, and how that can help shape us as people. And when times get tough, they don't last, but you can still work through some of those challenges. So it's been awesome.
That's cool.
Awesome experience.
That message is more important now than ever.
Absolutely.
And you guys are constantly in a state of trying to recruit talented, benevolent souls to the force. What kinds of things do you guys have coming up?
So we have recruiting efforts in whether it is in college. College workshops.
Okay.
We will go out to different universities to talk to men and women about the department. Our recruiting and selections division has been very instrumental in just beating and getting the word out there to everyone. So between the workshops and the different job fairs, those have been our primary goals. We have tried to be strategic in looking at our men and women in our military branches. Those individuals who have served, who are veterans, are going back to their branches as well to try and solicit those men and women.
And there's so much opportunity to rise the ranks and grow. You're a perfect example
Sure.
of that. Talk a little bit about that opportunity. You know, if you're willing to put in the work and sacrifice, there's
Absolutely.
opportunities.
Absolutely. I mean, work and sacrifice, right? That's the key to it. You put in the work, you treat people right, you show that you're dedicated, you come in early, you stay late, and you know, there's can be so many opportunities in this field. And for me, I've been absolutely blessed to be on the other end of that. And so, yeah, hard work, dedication, trust in the process. You know, every day isn't, you know, a good day, and that's part of that process. And
When you do that adversity training over at Jackson High and see that new facility,
Sure.
how jealous do you get?
you know, that's just a part of it, right?
Yeah.
There is some jealous, like, man, I wish we had this, but that's how it should be, though,
Exactly.
right? The next generation should have better than what you have.
Right.
So to see that things are moving forward is just awesome.
Yeah, it's cool over there.
Absolutely awesome.
Fantastic.
So I want to talk about a youth mentor group you work with.
Sure.
And it's Plan, Prepare, Perform.
Yes.
Talk about what ages and what that group's like.
Sure. So that age group solicits those who are high school to 24. So our target audience has been like a sophomore, 15 to ages 24. And we look to try and help these men and women develop skills in terms of interview prep, in terms of how to build a resume and cover letter. And so they can be strategic, and they can definitely go after the job that they want. So we just try and build on some of those skills for these men and women. And it has been an awesome program. Awesome program. So typically we have 12 to 15 young men and women who participate. We've been fortunate to partner with DHHS and Big Brothers Big Sisters. So they have supported this thing 120%, and we're very fortunate.
Nice.
Very
So if somebody's
fortunate.
interested in participating in something
Sure.
like that, where can they get more information?
So they can reach out to me directly at the MSP Jackson Post, and we have a lot of flyers within the schools countywide here.
Nice.
And so it's not just a Jackson High School program, it is for the county.
Very
Wonderful.
good. Now there'll be another trooper recruitment school this time in July.
Yes.
If people are thinking about that, what is something they should know ahead of time to be prepared?
Sure, to be prepared, absolutely. Physical training is a huge piece, right? Being stable emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Have the support of your family, right? Have these very difficult conversations about, you know, mom or dad will be away for a week at a time, and what support systems do we have in place to help while, you know, we're away. So those are the main things, and just be determined, right?
You said it best early on when you said, you know, it's the means to an end.
Absolutely.
And that 20 weeks feels like forever in that moment, but in the grand scheme of things, you know, it's just the blink of an eye.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Did you have any law
Absolutely.
enforcement background in your family?
I did.
Not-
I had one aunt.
Okay.
We're originally from Columbus, Ohio,
Okay.
and she worked for a
Still
suburb.
like you.
That's okay. Unapologetic. Unapologetic, right? She worked for a police department in a suburb of Columbus.
Oh, okay.
And so that's the only one, though.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
I bet you're starting a legacy for your family moving forward with
maybe.
your service.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. You know, we'll
so.
see. So
If
been a
nothing else
blessing.
for your community, for sure.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for being here, and
My
thanks
pleasure.
for all the great work you're doing in Jackson and then across the state. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you.
Lieutenant Tedric Gibbs from the Michigan State Police Jackson Post. More of the morning show right after this.
Take your best shot. Get your flu shot and COVID booster today, protecting you and your family from the flu and COVID-19